Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I guess the idea in regards to the option of opting out of Kyrie's deal, I think the logic is, according to what I read, he's hoping that if he plays this 1 year, at $5 million with the Lakers, that he can resign for a more favorable deal with us in 2023 when he becomes when that Russell Westbrook money is undoubtedly off the books, assuming we have to keep Russell Westbrook for any reason or something of that nature. It's assumed that we would be able to create salary in 2023 to give him the type of deal uh, that he would want, and that he would be able to play his value up to earning that deal, which is reasonable, seeing how Chris Paul was able to do so with um, you know OKC, and of course signing with the Suns with a big deal. So that's kind of the blueprint, I think, for Kyrie in terms of getting back to where he needs to be in terms of his pay rate. Um, and so I see the logic in that. In signing in, opting in at 36 probably gives you the same dynamic more or less. But I guess the logic is to try to help us, win a championship this year with the salary confines that we have. This would give us more than enough flexibility to kind of work around things, at least have our team be decent if we have to be, at 47 million with Russell Westbrook on roster. So um, I think that's the logic I'm gathering, because I've been of the mindset that I just don't see no reason for him to opt out. You know what I mean? And I know that's been reported, and we've already talked about how he's asked the Nets to look for trade partners for opt-in. But it's been reported that the Nets are not interested in the Lakers deals, which we all know is that's nothing. But if we're going to take that seriously, then it stands to reason why this could be an option. But I firmly believe that if for some reason either option takes, if he does either thing, I think he ends up in LA. I think the more complicated route, of course, for us is if he opts in and then we have to make a trade. But I think we'll get 5 and 6 teams involved and we'll get the trade done. I think that's how that'll be. Um, Not worried about it too much. But I think the investment is a good one. If he decides to take the $5 million based on the logic that we've already discussed, if he's confident he can stay healthy all season long and play his value up to the amount that he wants to make, then it makes all the sense in the world. But leaving 36 million on the table is a gamble, to say the least. It's just a gamble. It's not about whether or not you're committed to play for the Lakers necessarily. In my mind, it's just about whether or not you can stay healthy this year, um, for that gamble to make sense for you. So it's a hell of a risk, but it's also a hell of a gain when you consider that we could win a championship if we build correctly, and he does this for us. And then you think about, if we're able to get rid of Russell Westbrook's contract this season and he gives us this $5 million, we could really build. Then we can start doing other things to make our team much better. Go get us some bigs, go get us some wings, really put this thing together. So I think that's actually what could be a best case scenario. Like, for example, I do believe the Lakers are going to trade Russell Westbrook's contract, which means he would, in theory, have a path to his money being possible with the Lakers next season. I don't think there's going to be no reason for us to not see us freeing that up before the trade deadline at the very latest next this upcoming season. So um, that part is already checked off. You can see that. Then it's just about performance and health. So yeah, it's a decent gamble, I guess you could say, especially given the narratives and all this nonsense about his name. People don't, all this nonsense. He needs to win this year. He needs to be a part of a winning situation. And look, here's the thing, man. Laker Nation, this is what I don't like about them reporting these type of things about whether or not he's going to opt in or opt out. This is what I don't like about it personally. Now you're getting fans' hopes up about whether or not he's going to opt in or opt out. I'm having conversations with people talking about, listen, if he want to be here, just be here. We need him to do this. I'm like, nah, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. If a guy's not going to leave $30 million on the table just to get enriched with a new fan base to make you happy. That's not the mindset behind what a person should be doing in regards to their money, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's like, yes, it does leave us a lot of hope that we can build the right way if you have this news out there that he's going to be willing to do this. So now some people only want him to come if he's willing to do this. That's what I'm saying. You creating this disconnect before the man even get here with the fans, where you got their hopes up of him actually doing this, when he ain't never came out and said he was gonna do this. It shouldn't be in our minds that he's willing to do this. You know what I mean? It should be something that we'd hope he would be willing to do, just like it's something we hope LeBron would do, just like it's something we hope AD would do. But it should not be out there with this in the balance, with this decision lying on his mind, having the fan base anticipate him coming here, expecting him to take a $30 million pay cut. I think that's bad for the players. I think it's bad for the business from the angles that I can see anyway. I don't think that's too good for anybody. When you consider you already got a fan base who's already frustrated about the season we just had, we're getting ready to acquire really fantastic talent, and we're already looking at them sideways, and that's not driven by anything other than information that, quite frankly, we shouldn't have. But information that is used, of course, to sway the tides for negotiation, things of that nature. It's a nasty game, and it's making it so that the fan base ain't getting started on the right foot with Kyrie if he chooses not to do this. So that's just something I notice and I don't like. Just don't like it. I think at the end of the day, if he wants to be a Laker, it shouldn't cost him $30 million to do it. That shouldn't come out of the player's pocket. If we really want to talk about the truth about the entire situation, that shouldn't come out of the player. There should be no situation where that's even impossible. He should be able to get his money and be on a team that's fully capable of competing with the field. And so the fact that is in place, it's just not right. It's the same thing Draymond was talking about in what he was saying last night in his podcast, along the lines of they don't make up for certain other things that go into the type of money that you make. For example, if you make $30 million in Miami, it's not the same as making $30 million in LA because of the difference in taxes and things of that nature. They don't take that into account. I think these type of things can help them on the back end if they help the players in this way. That helps take care of some of those numbers to where guys can feel a little more free to do the things that ultimately need to be done in situations like this, where they have to move teams because of the needs of the team and the needs of themselves. But now it's like, if he doesn't leave $30 million on the table, now suddenly he's hurting the team. It's like, nah, that dynamic shouldn't be in place when you consider how the numbers aren't coming together on the other end of it. So I'm glad Draymond pointed it out. I want to echo that on my channel because it's part of what I see as a place for the evolution that the NBA can get to, is fixing that cap situation so that teams can be good without the players, having to throw away generational wealth that can help their families. Period. So that's what I want to say. Shouldn't even be like that. He should be able to get his 36. Period. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.